or Department of Homeland Security or the Pentagon or the CIA. All of these intelligence agencies, what intelligence did they have and what did they do with it?
Absolutely.
So important.
Sir, I know when most of us think about January 6th, we think about what happened there on the grounds outside of the Capitol and what happened inside the Capitol. But the pipe bombs, that's also a part of this as well. Are you going to be looking into that?
We're already looking into it. It always confused me is with all the FBI resources that were suddenly and almost immediately put on prosecuting anybody who happened to be around the Capitol. Look, there was violence done. I'm not denying that. But the number of people who charges were brought up against, or they were harassed or investigated by federal authorities so quickly. How was the FBI able to put that many resources on that? But yet, it doesn't seem that they did much of an investigation into the pipe bomb. And so we're now reaching out to the FBI. They are being very cooperative, looking for all information they had. Why was the investigation dropped? Why didn't it go any further? And, looking at some specifics, like when were the pipe bombs actually placed? Were they live? And how, if there was a live pipe bomb that, according to the FBI, did have some black powder on it, especially the one over at the Democrat headquarters. How was a Secret Service agent able to walk past it 5 times without his bomb-sniffing dog alerting on it? And then why were citizens, just allowed to walk within feet of the pipe bomb while it was supposedly still active? This is probably one of the most suspicious and disorganized things I have ever seen out of law enforcement. And I think American people need to know the answers to that.
Yeah. So you said that you want to know if anyone was there to instigate. Do you have a growing suspicion that maybe some of the people there that day were there to make the situation worse, not better?
That we do have evidence that there were people that were instigating, such as a Metropolitan Police officer that was undercover in plain clothes. The question would be, when we get more evidence of people who are instigating that may be part of the government or may be in law enforcement, were they caught up in the moment, or did they have orders to do this? Was this pre-planned, or is it just something that somebody decided, it would be really good if we could catch some of these MAGA people rioting at the end of 2020, right? Not necessarily thinking they're going to get into the Capitol, but maybe, and this is, one theory we're working on, as we're working on several theories, was this just allowed to play out for political reasons? So we're researching the entire gambit. We're going to follow the facts and draw our conclusions from facts, not just from political expediency, because America has already been through that with the original Select Committee.
They sure were.
Mr. Chairman, we've had many conversations with you about the one-sided nature of that first January 6th committee. I imagine that's not going to be the case this time around. Tell us who all is going to be on that committee.
Well, I think we've got an A-team of people. We have Morgan Griffith, who was on the committee in the last Congress with me, an attorney out of Virginia. He's a great guy, very smart, knows the law very well, and he was invaluable to me in the last committee. He sat down and read through transcribed interviews that we were able to obtain from these different agencies. I mean, this is a committee where we weren't just relying on staff to do the work. We were locked in doing the work ourselves. We also have Troy Nels, former law enforcement on the Judiciary Committee. He's even written a book about January 6th, so he brings a lot of knowledge in. Harriet Hagman from the great state of Wyoming is another attorney that's joining us. And then my good friend from Louisiana, Clay Higgins, also with law enforcement experience. And so all of them have a keen interest in getting to the truth, and they bring a whole lot to the table. And I'm really excited about this committee and what I believe we'll be able to get done.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Sir, we just lived through a rather heart-shaking time with the assassination of Charlie Kirk. You've written a book about all the times that prayer has played